Hello, friend. Trust the body. I think that's going to be the theme of Chiron in Taurus. Chiron officially entered Taurus June 19th, 2026, and is effectively going to be there until 2033. So, for the next 7 years. And I wanted to talk about some of the themes that I'm feeling intuitively that's coming up with Chiron and Taurus, and how I feel it's going to be interacting with a couple of other major transits like Uranus and Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. Um, and Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is always showing us where we're learning, where we're growing. Well, actually, all of astrology effectively is doing that, in my opinion. But Chiron, I often think of as the test before the testimony. That's what I heard growing up in, Southern Baptist churches. That you can't have a testimony without the test. And I feel like that's what Chiron can often represent in the natal chart and also just in these larger astrological transits. Taurus is ruled by Venus. And so Taurus is about stability, grounding, our resources. It often governs the food supply. So Chiron and Taurus, I think it's going to be interesting. But intuitively, what I'm picking up on is that Chiron is going to be asking us in the next 7 years how to be more grounded in the body. And I may be looking at my notes from side to side. That's what's happening here. Um, it's basically about making the body the source of truth. I've been talking to people about Uranus and Gemini, which can bring a lot of information that's fast and furious at us. There can be a lot of chaotic communication with Uranus and Gemini. There can be a lot of misdirection and falsehoods and just outright lies as the shadow side of Uranus and Gemini. A lot of people are feeling anxiety around the evolution of AI, and that's only going to continue to be more prolific and have more of an impact on all of our everyday lives. And so it's going to be more difficult to discern fact from fiction, to figure out what is the truth. And my intuition is that being in the body is going to help us really know what's true and what is not true. And I like that Chiron is going to be in Taurus basically effectively for the same time that Uranus is in Gemini. I feel like Chiron in Taurus helps mitigate some of the shadow aspects of Uranus and Gemini. So it's going to be reminding us to have grounding practices every day, especially during these next 7 years. That's always a good idea. But the earth itself is also up leveling. Just like human DNA is evolving and transforming, that we have light codes coming on inside of us, changing how we interact with ourselves and the earth itself is also transforming. And so, as a result of that, and all of the things that humanity is currently doing during these next 7 years, we're also going to see more healing crises, most likely for the planet as well. And that I intuitively feel is serving as a wake up call, is showing us that we need to care for and protect and heal the earth as a way to remind us that we have a relationship with the earth, that the earth supports us and we need to support the earth. And that in the process of healing the earth, we can heal ourselves and humanity as well. And so part of that will probably be weather disturbances, and also just as a result of Uranus and Gemini affecting the power supplies, the grid, electricity, that sort of thing. We're also going to have to find a new way to deal with food supply because that can be impacted as well by those electrical disturbances. We're also going to have still in the background Pluto and Aquarius, which is disrupting governmental systems and how major structures, infrastructure operates. And as a result of that, there might be temporary food shortages or food supplies. And so Chiron and Taurus is going to ask us to come up with new solutions around that, as well as Pluto and Aquarius, because we're going to be developing new ways of dealing with actual infrastructure, governmental systems. And so I feel like they're all working together to say, here's how you can use this energy to transform institutions and systems. In particular, if you live in urban areas or cities, we'll probably see the rise of maybe hydroponic farming or indoor gardening as a result of some of these power disruptions and the destabilization of governmental systems that rule how things get distributed, including the food supply. And I know at first all that can sound really scary, really terrifying, really overwhelming. And I want you to just take a breath, breathe. This is not the time to, worry about the apocalypse. Don't use this information to send you down that rabbit hole. Instead, use it as a way to focus on solution, to think about new ways to be innovative in your own life and in your own world. And part of that is about not escaping the body, staying in the body, calming down enough, tapping into that Taurus earth energy, being stable, being rooted, being grounded. Because when you can give yourself permission to do that, to fully breathe into and out of the body, to be fully in the body, then you can calm down enough to begin to see the solutions that are always within and around us. I really do believe that all of us are here alive at this time on the planet because we have solutions to offer to the big problems that we're going to see over the next few years. Humanity is changing, evolving, up leveling, and so is the earth. And I feel like we can use this Chiron and Taurus energy to help us take that evolution to the next stage. Um, we're going to be going through crises and traumas. And if we're willing to grow consciously, spiritually, to use these astrological energies to help us have more insight, then we can alchemize the lessons from those transitions and those challenges and be in a space of solution. Because I really do believe that the more of us who focus on solution, having faith that there are solutions, that in itself can create the energy, the momentum to guide us towards new solutions, new ways of living, new ways of being, new ways of healing, healing ourselves and healing the earth. So that was basically what I wanted to share with you. But remember to stay calm, you know. And like I said, Chiron is the test before the testimony, which means that you can move through, that you get to the other side. So give yourself permission to move through whatever comes up so that you can be on the other side. And as always, get support if you need it. Get help. I offer one-to-one sessions, but there are other healers out there as well. Somatic work, I think, is incredibly important during this time. So massage, breath work, body work, yoga, whatever helps you get more into the body and stay in your body, whatever helps you relax the nervous system or expand the nervous system. I also do energy healing, Reiki in my one-to-one sessions. When I do a longer section, I have a 30-minute for $100, and then I have a 90-minute that's $244. I've also recently begun doing a VIP day with people. That's a 5-hour experience with me where you get a general birth chart reading, as well as what I call an astro counseling session. So that helps you really find a way to recover more of your true self, more of your joy, and then a strategy session. And then I close that out with a Reiki healing session to help you integrate all of that. And then there's a 2-week follow up at no additional cost. Where you have access to me via Voxa with voice memos or text messages. And then during that 2-week window or towards the end of it, I have a 1 hour follow up session. And all of that's included in the one price of the $997. So that's not additional cost for the 2-week follow up or that further integration session like a couple of weeks after the VIP day. So if you want to sign up for that, you can email me. If you have questions, I'll have my email down below. Again, Darice, and I am an intuitive astrologer, energy healer, and basically I like to walk people through the process I discovered for moving from despair to joy. I spent a lot of years not really being excited about being alive and not really knowing what I wanted to do next or how I wanted to move forward or what the second half of my life would even look like. And thanks to astrology and Reiki and a lot of other healing modalities and therapy, I was able to get to a place where not only am I happy to be alive, I'm actually excited about being alive. And I want to share what I have to offer with the world. And so I'd like to help other people go through that same journey as well. Get to the place where they are willing to be alive and thrive and live from their joy. So that's basically what I have for you today. Um, Always take care of yourself, eat well, high nutrition food, stay hydrated, exercise, spend quality time with loved ones, and always remember to honor the light within you.